Hi everybody, welcome back to my Dungeon Boss PvP series. Tonight we are going to be dealing with the Reptiles. There are currently three different Reptile teams in rotation right now. There is Reptiles plus Emily, which I believe is the easiest, Reptiles plus Leo, which is a medium, and then Reptiles plus Kira, which is currently what my defense is, and it is damn right impossible. So it's pretty difficult. So when doing this one with Emily first, make sure you have a really strong hero roster and make sure you follow this order to the letter, because if you have your order a little bit mixed up, you are not going to be able to perform the mechanics. So it's very important that you have a strong Shade and a strong Koros. Shadowblade can be mediocre, but the other guys need to be super strong. So now the fourth hero that you have on here, normally what I would do is I would pick Leo. He's usually my fourth for a lot of PvP matches. I like to have him for a safety valve in case somebody dies. With this particular one, I don't see too many people dying unless there's a blatant miss or something goes wrong. Your fourth person in this one should be some sort of a heavy damage dealer, someone that's going to take out Emily in the event that the Emily kill actually fails. So that's where your strong Koros comes into play. So ideally, maybe somebody like Pontifex or somebody else who can deal a ton of damage to armored light heroes. But once we get into the actual fight here, you can see what the mechanic is. So there's a couple of reasons why we bring the people that we do, and the reason that we have to have the order that we do. So one of the nice things about Shade is that he is immune to taunt, which basically means that that opening taunt from Krex is rendered useless. So we're going to use Shade to actually take out Viperia first, because she is a mega damage dealer. I've seen her take out red heroes even with that elemental disadvantage. So by killing Viperia, it procs the shield on Cobressa. So next up, we can't do anything against Cobressa because of Krex. That's why we bring Shadowblade. And then Shadowblade will either kill or take the taunt off of Krex, and that allows Koros to target Cobressa. That's super important. You have to be able to target her. Otherwise, if you target Krex with his taunt on, Cobressa just gets a shield and she doesn't die. And so you see now here, because I didn't bring a second damage dealer, that's where things got a little hairy. If Emily would have resurrected Viperia or even Cobressa, they probably would have wiped my team with their attacks. A lot of people are putting strong attacks on those guys, and they pretty much one-shot anything they come into contact with. At least that's what I've seen so far. So I got lucky that she resurrected Krex instead, and then that basically made this one just a matter of time before it was going to go down. So keep that in mind when you bring along your fourth person. We could have killed Emily before she did any real damage, which would have been a little bit more beneficial to this fight here. But you can see you do need a really strong Koros to be able to take down Emily. And then if you have that, these should usually go pretty quick. I usually like to do this one pretty much every time I see it. I've never, once I've come up with this team, I haven't lost to this one really yet. So it's a pretty high success rate for me. The next one with Leo is a little bit more difficult. The reason being is we don't get that opening attack on Viperia. Because we have to use Shade now to attack Leo to deal with the taunts and stuff. So the general concept is still the same. We use Shade as an opening attacker. We expect to get a one hit, one kill. And we want to use Shadowblade to remove the taunt from Krex. Those two things don't actually change. It's just the person we kill first differs, because Leo, he's going to revive whoever we kill. So if I would have killed Viperia first, Leo's just going to revive probably her or Cobressa at some point, and that makes it a pain. So we're going to bring in Torchy into the mix here because of his elemental advantage, and he's fast. And then we're going to bring in Koros again. So the main core of the team is still the same with Shade, Shadowblade, and Koros. Those are our heavy damage dealers, and Shade or Torchy is in there for our little bit of, I guess, crowd control, if you will. So to open this one up, we have to have Shade kill Leo. If your Shade is incapable of killing Leo, that's going to be a major problem here. Usually you want to check the runes on him to make sure he's not decked out with all planning runes or some sort of serious Aegis runes, that you're not going to be able to kill him. Because if you don't kill him, you're basically done. The run is pretty much over. You won't be able to beat it. So once Leo goes down, we still have the taunt on Krex. Now, ideally, if Shadowblade would not kill him, that would be the absolute best scenario here, because then they wouldn't get their shield yet. You could target either of the Gorgons. In this case here, they're only shielded from damage, so we bring Torchy along to silence so that Viperia can't kill the group. So she'll just attack somebody and not kill them. That's the main thing. And now with the taunt up, we can actually target Cobressa and make sure she doesn't get her attack. So it'll remove the buff, kill Cobressa, but then before anything happens to Viperia, she gets a new shield. But being that she already had her turn, we get all of our fast people, and now Shade can come in and just steal her shield, and Viperia is dead. So this one here is pretty easy as well, but like I said, you have to be able to kill Leo to start with. If you don't kill Leo, you're done, just guaranteed. So the last of the teams is the Reptiles plus Kira, which I have a thought how to beat them, but I had a video ready for it. But when I went to record it, my game crashed and I lost that particular dungeon. So I can't record that one until I get another dungeon to raid on that one. It's probably the hardest of the three by far because of the opening attack, but I do have a thought on how to beat it. We just got to workshop a little bit. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. Otherwise, stick around and we will have more for you. Thanks.